pod around James Cunningham. They set up a good drive here, Kowloon, which ends up just stumbling over, and then Bryn Phillips pops the ball over the top. Alex McQueen waiting for this one.
It's a good chase.
Good pass there to Van der Schmidt, who gets taken. A really solid tackle just outside the 22. Slayton pulls the ball back to Grist.
Oh no.
And that ends up in the hands of Bryn Phillips. Brings it over to Harry Johnston. Lewis Warner runs high and upright into a good tackle there from Pryor. Bryn Phillips gets the ball out here to Jack Neville, who really fights hard in the contact there. And a slight fumble forward there. So definite change of tactics there from Sandy Bay. Played the one hit up there off Van der Schmidt, and then immediately Jamie Grist went to the air rather than taking further opportunities to run the ball. But a good run back there. Initially Bryn Phillips, Harry Johnston, Jack Neville, as we've said, always stays strong in the contact there and fought his way through that initial tackle from Alex McQueen, only for that slight bobble of the ball at the base of the ruck there.
Yeah,
so
that's Tom Conku with a knock, and he'll be looking to make up for that in this scrum.
So Conku against Ashton Hyde on this side of the scrummage here. Slayton.
Sounds like Herbert. Some
And
pain
also
there.
So penalty there. So Roddy Denness onto the blind side, replacing Ben Davey. So into the second row. So that really does cut down the line out options for Sandy Bay. They've been under pressure in this area of the game so far. So Alex Post gets the ball there to Pryor.
Good
Van der
job.
Schmidt, good tackle there by Conku, making up for that earlier penalty that he gave away. The ball popped in field to Zach Cinnamon there, and Slayton now looks to come back on the left to Kruger. Hangs that ball, and I think that's just forward. But we got a flag out here from AR Craig Chan. I think Alex McQueen might have been taken a little bit late there. But Kruger ran hard at the line there and just hung that ball back off his hip.
Yeah, Kowloon perhaps a bit too eager to fold around there. Left us a bit short on this blind side, spotted by Sandy Bay. And yeah, nice little shoulders ball, getting them through on the front foot there.
That was a great line from Alex McQueen. He popped the ball out, but left Ewan Phillips with a little bit too much to do.
So after the ball had gone, I've got contact with no arms and the tackle to the chest. That's a yellow card.
Ooh. So that could be a decisive move early in this second half. Referee Shane Barr shows Chris Kinlock the yellow card. So we've got 10 minutes.
Yeah, water off, thank you.
10 minutes to go. So Gare Curry, no thought of asking for a kick at goal there.
Are you captain now?
Kicks the ball into the 22. So another opportunity for the Sandy Bay line out here. So Pryor at 2, Dinesh just behind him. The other jumping option is probably James Rees at the tail here. And so Rees goes
take.
up, good take.
Not straight.
But just drifting on the breeze there, which I think is favouring Kowloon. So a let off for Kowloon.
Yeah, it looked like Kruger was through there. You can see Luke Van der Schmidt on the peel on the hard line from the 12, and didn't look like anyone was at home for Kowloon, so that's a big let off.
So
Love it, don't we?
So James Rees into the row with Mark Pryor, Roddy Denness making his Premiership debut, I believe, on this blindside flank here, but Bryn Phillips with a chance to clear the ball. Harry Johnston is standing deep behind this scrummage.
What are you seeing over there, Craig?
So I'm pretty sure that Wilkinson won't want any easy outs for Kowloon here. No penalties. So Johnston standing deep, but to his right hand shoulder, Jack Neville is there, so if he gets into trouble, he could slip that ball to Neville, who could either put in the kick or make the break. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen Jack Neville run from deep in his own 22, so Phillips. So another solid scrummage here. Slight nudge on by Sandy Bay, but three white collapses there, so Tom Bristow getting the better of that battle on that side of the scrummage.
Yeah, last few scrums there. Looks like Kowloon is slowly getting the ascendancy, which Coach Scott Snowden will be happy to see.
So a good touch finder there by Harry Johnston, but an easy out, having put all that pressure on with a decent play to just outside the Kowloon 22. Sandy Bay now find themselves defending a line out. Another great take by Cunningham in the middle. Johnston reaching out for that ball. Really good drive there, midfield. Kowloon getting round the corner, but Sandy Bay meet them with some good line speed, all on their feet. It's a really good drive there by Sam Choi. Really solid. Another good drive. Actually going nowhere at the moment. Pull the ball back here. Joe Barker gets it on the outside to Lewis Warner. Good tackle there by Ewan Phillips. And in at the side there.
12 red entry.
Joe Barker adjudged to be in at the side there. Good tackle by Ewan Phillips. Needed to be on his mettle there. Lewis Warner was away. If he'd slipped that one, it would have been reminiscent of that intercept he got at Football Club last week.
Yeah, there's some good carries there from Kowloon, but Sandy Bay didn't really look troubled at any point there. Defence looked pretty in control during that entire set. And then it's good pressure from Dean Rousseau at that breakdown that forced Barks coming at the side and win the pen.
So Alex Harris leaves the field, having made a really solid contribution, but replaced by Hong Kong international Jamie Sang. James Rees rises in the middle, down to Slatham. Grist pops the ball over the top again, into the hands of Jack Neville. Evades the first tackler, still strong and on his feet. Really working hard. Bryn Phillips.
Free play for Kowloon.
Into the air for Johnston. Alex McQueen waits for it, rises and takes it, but a good take by McQueen. But back for the penalty.
Yeah. Penalty counts pretty high for both sides at the moment. It's
certainly been a feature. Certainly been a feature of all the games so far this year that penalties have been high, with referees trying to lay a marker down early, but nobody really taking that and continuing to give the penalties away. So Johnston puts some pressure on, just on the Sandy Bay 22, the left wing. So Jamie Tang with his first involvement in the game. Usually pretty good with the darts.
Great
take there by JC. Ben Roach gets the ball up to
Higo, was it? Yeah.
Higo off the wing. Tom Bristow met by Roddy Dines there. Harry Johnston. Joe Barker,
great line.
Great offload. A great line there by Lewis Warner. So deep in the Sandy Bay 22. First time they've really been put to the medal. Playing advantage here. Phillips comes to the right. James Cunningham, good offload to Jamie Tang there. Drives it about 5 metres out.
Just needs to get this
Kowloon will
wide
be
here.
desperate to get more than just the 3 here. Jack Neville looking busy on this wing, but gets bundled into touch. There's a penalty right under the shadow of the posts.
Could be a card
Double
hit.
blast on the whistle here.
He's in the pocket.
Yeah, he's into the pocket.
Following the ball down here under pressure, yellow card.
Is that Slatsy's been sent?
It's on the edge of the paint where you are, Shane. It's on the edge of the paint.
I think
Edge of the
it's...
white.
Not sure.
Or was it Tom
who's
McQueen
gone.
who's been bent?
10 white, not
10,
rolling away.
10.
So Jamie Grist, that evens things up for about another 3 minutes to go, I think, on the Kinloch sin bin. So down to 14 men apiece, but
Hey boys, we're not running water here.
Yeah, I think any points when your team's a man down.
so the referee
Away you go, thanks.
sending the water boys off, who's now developed into a medical issue. So this should be meat and drink for Harry Johnston. And he cuts the
Wait, so we all know
deficit.
what's going on.
So 15-9.
Yeah. I think
So again, some sterling defence, but coming offside there, or not rolling away.
We'll just go time off while we
So
get
we
this
got
sorted out,
a
mate.
period of time where Sandy Bay and Kowloon both down to 14 men.
Just want to sort this out.
First of the front row replacements for Sandy Bay.
Yeah,
Ash Hyde making a way for Sania Famiatau.
Yep, cool.
Going to be interesting to
Time's back
see
on.
as these two benches roll who gets the better of it. So Ewan Phillips steps up, takes the kick. Ben Roach solidly takes it. Harry Johnston,
great nudge.
ball high. Alex McQueen backpedaling here.
Huge kick.
Really
Oh!
big kick. Ewan Phillips.
That's his colleague there, John
drops
Kenny,
it
cheering
cold.
on his face. He'll
So
he'll hate that.
Okay.
that's a really crucial error.
Shane,
Having
can
just
you remind
conceded
Red
the
to retreat
points.
on the kicks?
Now Sandy Bay have a scrummage just outside
Time's off, boys.
their 22, and Alex Post,
Say that again, Craig.
the Sandy Bay hooker, is
Can
getting
you
some
just
treatment
just
in
make
the middle
sure
of the
that Red
field.
retreat on the clearance kicks? Yes,
It's
that's right.
that's a real coach killer,
How you on, boss?
having just conceded.
Love that.
So Alex McQueen made a really good take there, was backpedaling.
Just make sure the boys are retreating.
Ewan Phillips was working hard to get back behind him, so much so that he ran back too far and slipped the ball forward.
Yeah, that's good pressure from Kowloon. Didn't have much time on the ball, and you could see Ian was just looking out there to see he was bearing down on him. Big John Kenny forcing that error.
James Cunningham just having a quiet word with the referee. Big smiles. Obviously feeling like the tide is potentially turning Kowloon's way. They won't have been phased by being points down, considering how many points they were down last week. The football club and almost came back and rolled it.
Yeah.
So Bryn Phillips,
Bind.
another feed at this scrummage, goes down on this. Kowloon tight head side, Konku versus Famiatau.
Well, Famiatau was straight down there.
Up and square on this side, boys.
Could get pinged if that's the same picture for the referee this scrum.
Other side,
So
other side.
referee straight round on this side. So got some call there from referee Craig Chan. So Phillips with the feed.
Bind.
Nice long bind there.
Set.
So funnily enough, staying up on this side.
White.
So another advantage for Kowloon, but Lewis Warner gets the outside. Stays strong on
carry.
the ball there. Really good carry. Phillips wrestling for this ball. Sam Choi, who's carried the ball hard all day. Good tackle by Pryor. Phillips to Johnston. Pulls it out the back. Bristow on the carry. Good tackle by Cinnamon. Choi getting through a mountain of work here.
Nice.
Carries hard again. Good tackle by Reese. But we're back to the scrum penalty. And I'd imagine that Johnston will drop this
In line with me.
onto the tee. Can't imagine that we'll have any different script.
Shot.
Yeah, he's looking to the touchline.
Sam Choi impressing with his carries on the pitch. He's not been hit behind the game yet, I don't think. He's beating that first tackle, taking a couple men with him. Great to see him grow into that 6 shirt for Kowloon.
2 good carries in that series of play there.
Tony,
And he looks like he's really put some good timber on
There's nothing medical wrong there.
for the start of this season. Definitely looking stronger and stronger. Made his Hong Kong debut at the back end of 2019, I think, on the same tour that you got your debut.
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. It was a great tour. We're in a slightly different situation this year, obviously. I think it was about a year ago we had the Spain test. Yeah, it was a really good tour. A few new lads getting capped. Yeah, here we are, stuck in Hong Kong.
Absolutely. And here we go, a familiar picture. Johnston lines this one up on the 15, right-hand side, just outside the 22. He's been striking the ball well all day, and he does so again.
Just like that, 3-point game.
Cuts the deficit to 3 points. So, largely Sandy Bay have been playing a lot of the football. But
Kinner's back on.
So, Kinloch returns to the field. So, we're going to have about 6 or 7 minutes with Kowloon with a man advantage, with Jamie Grist still in the bin. So Ewan Phillips taking over the kicking duties, nudges the ball, and Charlie Hickson-Smith, who's been active on the ball, beats the first tackler and carries hard there.
So wide out.
So Johnston goes to the toe, and he might have overhit that one.
Just inside the 22, Craig.
So just inside the 22, they bring it back. So that's one of the first unforced errors I think that Kowloon have made today. James?
Yeah, that's sort of been the tale of Sandy Bay's game so far, scoring points and then a sloppy exit, giving Kowloon a opportunity to get points. But yeah, Harry just bit off a bit more than he needed to there.
Got that breeze behind him.
Yeah, just pushed the ball over the touchline.
So Van der Schmidt is standing at half back. Reese rises, so they'll look to set this drive up, but well sacked at the back. So Sladeham comes in. Looks like Kruger's gone to first receiver.
Use, please, White.
They look to go to this pod.
Good
Fire
shot.
with the ball. Very good chop tackle there. James Cunningham bootstrapping in there. Cinnamon, another good.
The trundle.
And then Van der Schmidt really hit hard there in the tackle. So Sandy Bay have had 3 goes at this, going nowhere.
They're playing for a pen here.
Now
Trying to
looking
learn
to get it
offside.
to Fanny Tau. Will need to play a little bit quicker, but he's designated that the ball is out. And John
Hands
Kenny
on the
gets
floor.
round. It looks like they've recovered this ball, so some sloppy play there from Sandy Bay again.
Good
So
feet.
ball into the hands of Chris Kinloch, who's busy, comes in field.
Pulled out again.
Jack
It's
Neville.
high.
Jack Neville with a good take there. So Bryn Phillips gets taken out, but the referee says play on.
Great
Really
shot
good.
from Luke.
So sends his opposite number, Ben Roach, back there. So Harry Johnson, they'll be looking to open this ball up with this man advantage.
Wow.
Kruger,
that
with
Kruger
a good
there?
hit
Yeah.
on Lewis Warner.
I think Kowloon just
Jamie-
need to
Jamie Tang.
boot this away now.
So
Carry back, boys.
Harry Johnston, another good carry there. Great offload there from Joe Barker. So some great hands there.
First.
But they've got the big fellas out here.
Gonna tackle release, please.
So Ben Roach with a good carry there,
Not
but
running the tackle, White.
Ewan Phillips catches his brother, and they go back for the earlier knock on. Referee was playing an advantage. So Jack Neville was hobbling a little bit there. James, is he going to be okay? It'll take wild horses to drag that man from the field, I guess.
He's a tough Geordie lad, isn't he? He's probably drawing inspiration from the Falcons and Newcastle winning in the Premiership football. So
Absolutely. So while we get this slight break in play for those of you watching on YouTube. Just to let you know that there is a Hong Kong Rugby Union TV app which is available on iOS and Android. So you can watch it live, and you get the 852 reboot show with myself, Jed Thine and Grant Boozable midweek every week, reviewing the highlights of the games, and you can watch all the games in replay as well. So yet another scrummage goes down. Looks like Bristow has really got the better of Cinnamon on that loose head side of the scrum.
Yeah, you could.
Konku looking pretty happy as well. So 15-12, Kowloon soaking up the pressure here and applying some of their own.
Yeah, you could hear Craig Chan calling in white there as well. So he clearly seen infringement on both sides of the scrum there. So Kowloon would be very happy with that.
Good man, thank
So
you.
it gives Jamie Tang the opportunity to throw the ball into this line out just inside the Sandy Bay half. Don't forget, James, I'll be coming to you for your Kerry Hotel man of the match.
Yeah.
$1,000 voucher. Cunningham to Phillips, get the ball into the hands of Lewis Warner, and Kinlock comes off his wing into the open. Really good solid run there. Hits the gain line. Cunningham.
Great carry.
Good carry. Harry Johnston, Sam Choi yet again gets hit hard but stays strong through the contact there. And Famiatau just trying to get over the top of that one. Just enough to put Bryn Phillips off. But probably not the favourite thing for Sandy Bay to be doing scrummaging at the moment. So we're going to this water break, 20 minutes in. So with 20 minutes to go, quarter of the game to play, we've got a 3-point game. 3 tries to 4 penalties, and that's probably been reminiscent of everything that's gone on thus far in this game. Sandy Bay giving away far and away the most penalties. Currently playing with 14 men. Jamie Griss sent to the bin, failing to roll away. Gave Harry Johnston another opportunity to narrow the score. It looks like there might be a number of changes coming. Look like Richard Lancashire could be making his way onto the field.
Part of the old guard for Kowloon.
Absolutely. So with all these millions of cases of COVID, he's the only man I know in the flesh to have had a positive test for COVID, but that was many, many months ago, and he's fully recovered now. So Lancashire is on. Cunningham is still there. Kenny is still there.
Yeah, looks like he'll be on in back row.
You're right.
Back row, maybe for Ben Roach.
Yes. Just that last line out there, it's quite interesting to see Liam Slatham trying to give some scrum tips to the referee. Every scrum half seems to think they know what's going on there.
Listen, I was a halfback myself, believe it or not, and our job at halfback was to give the referee as much help and assistance as we possibly could.
I'm sure that was much appreciated from the referees.
Absolutely. And Slatham, one of the chirpier halfbacks in the competition. So as he feeds this ball just inside the Sandy Bay half, they managed to hold this one up.
Oh, wow.
Sandy Bay have got an advantage, so Brendan Nell chips the ball over the top. But Lewis Warner comes up with that, and Sandy Bay pick up a scrummage penalty.
Yeah.
So Ben Featherstone, that's his first scrummage on in place of Zach Cinnamon. So a good
Collapse, red.
a good replacement. I see Guy Spanton is also onto the field here. Looks like he's out here on this left wing.
Shot.
Look at that, he's wearing 23 on his 23rd birthday. It's quite poetic.
Well spotted. That's why we pay you the big bucks.
Packet of crisps after the game.
Or a Twix.
Oh yeah, Mars Warren Twix. Kindly provided by Richard Kirk.
So, interestingly, just a biscuit inside the Sandy Bay half, and Gare Curry looks to pop this one on the tee. Looks like the breeze has come down a little bit. So Curry, Sandy Bay's favoured long-range kicker for a couple of steps here.
Short.
Looks like
Oh,
he
wow.
just got the distance.
Frankie, we okay there?
Cries of nice Gary
okay
coming
there?
out.
Good to see Gary Curry knocking that ball over.
It's blood, blood.
It's blood. We just got some blood here,
So the
fellas.
first
Are we moving him off then, Frankie? Let's keep
The
this
first
going,
kick, first successful kick. Charlie Higson-Smith
Yep, he's
leaving the field for a blood injury, so there'll be a replacement coming on for Higo.
Is that sub done, Frank?
Yep.
Kirsten Cookie saying he hadn't missed any time.
Time's done. Yep.
So Harry Johnston with a high, deep kick to the left there, straight into the hands of Tom McQueen. Dragged down by Hugh Alexander, who's on. So Brendan Nell goes into half-back. Van der Schmidt shapes to move the ball, but then carries it. He's met by 3 Kowloon tacklers there.
It's available. It's there. Use it, please, White.
So
counter
fighting for that ball there. Slatham hoists the ball high. Jack Neville comes onto it and everybody misses the ball. It's bouncing deep, but Hugh Alexander is onto it. Carries it back into the contact. So it's a tackle and he gets the ball to the floor. Phillips to Richard Lancashire, puts the ball on the toe and it bobbles, ends up in the hands of Liam Slatham. I'm not sure that Scott Snedden will be too happy with Lanks putting that one on the toe.
I had to bite my tongue myself there, so I can't imagine what Sneds will think of that. That's definitely not how that was drawn up, I don't think.
So Spanton has come onto this left wing and replaced Ewan Phillips.
We spoke about this.
So Jamie Sang, good throw to John Kenny, who drops the ball down to Lancashire, chance to redeem himself. Looks like Phillips is setting up for the kick.
Still in field.
So Brendan Nell, good tackle there. Good take, good tackle. Sandy Bay with the ball. Fami Atal met with a solid contact there.
Great shot.
Takes the ball. Alex McQueen gets the ball. And it's in Slatham's hands, and the ball is now in the hands of Tom McQueen, who dots it down for the 4th try for Sandy Bay.
Yeah, it's all stemmed from that strange kicking option from Richard Lancashire there. Set piece in the corner, pressured, and then, that was a really nicely worked try by Sandy Bay.
Looked like a training field move. The hit up in the middle with Fami Atal, and then came back hard down the blind side where Alex McQueen was looking, got the ball into the hands of Slatham, who fed McQueen, and he's not going to miss something from that kind of distance.
No, I don't know. One of the themes of the week is how the Sandy Bay boys are very good at attacking on both sides of the ball, and it seems there's a bit of a switch off from Kowloon there. Too many men eager to get around the corner, and it just afforded that space down the blind, and Sandy Bay are a quality side who are good enough to take that chance when it's offered up to them. Get Curry in there again with a hand. Seems to have a hand in everything this game at the moment.
So left foot strokes that. It's a good strike, but no cigar this time. So 23-12 with probably a little over 15 minutes to go. So this game very much in the balance. See that Lewis Wilson replaces Dean Rousseau in the back row for his Premiership debut. And Harry Johnston goes short left. Really good take there from Pryor. He'll be pleased with that.
Another Sandy Bay player with him.
Turns and takes some yards. Good tip on from Van der Schmidt to Fami Atal. And a loose pass there from Tom McQueen. Ends up in the hands Curry.
Red.
Bit of aerial
Just
ping
hold
pong
here.
there now. So Brendan Nell infield to Tom McQueen. Pulls the ball to Gare Curry, who just nudges the ball just onto the
Yeah, you
Kowloon
need 2 from each
10-metre
team.
line.
You need 2 from each
So it'll be
team.
interesting to see how Sandy Bay play this game from here. They've been looking to go coast to coast and put some air on it. Will they try and close this game out? I'd suggest it's a bit too far out to do that. Interesting to see this former England age grouper Lewis Wilson on here. Number 19 at the tail of the line out. Jamie Sang. Good take from JC. Richard Lancashire with a good drive up in the middle. So Phillips rips that ball to the left. Harry Johnston.
Strong carry
Lewis
from Lewis.
Warner. So some good defence from Sandy Bay, but good carrying.
Roll away, you're the first infringement.
Yes, good decision from the ref
So
there.
Bryn
Ready,
Phillips
run.
takes it quickly, gets
It's
through the
fine.
first tackle there. Good pass there to Kinlock. Lancashire's been really busy since making that error.
Yeah.
Gets the ball.
Take a step there. Thanks.
Hickson Smith into halfback. Good drive there from Konku. Hickson Smith show and go. Looking really busy. Pryor
Sandy
looking
Bay
to get over the
appealing
ball
everything
there.
there.
Some more good tackling. So the Sandy Bay try line has been fairly tight and solid so far in this game. They'll be eager to keep that. So the front row driving hard down this left edge. Sam Choi lining up for another carry.
It's a good shot.
Met there by Famiatau. Kinlock getting busy in the middle there. Van der Schmidt knocks him backwards. They go left. John Kenny, good tackle there by Alex Post. Around the ankles. Good hard line by Lewis Warner, and he makes a step at the last minute. Gets knocked backwards. Phillips recycles that ball again. Kinlock coming off his wing, really
holes
looking
on
for
that
work. They go to the left edge here. Good tackle there by Van der Schmidt. Bristow drives close there.
Carry
Kowloon
again by Sam Choi.
about 4 metres short now. Driving short again. And the Sandy Bay defence holds firm.
Holding on.
Yeah, that's pretty sloppy from Kowloon there. They had men on feet and they just fallen past the ball. Gave Pryor the opportunity to get the turnover, and he's letting everyone know it's his ball as well. Pryor parading around with it.
Strutting like a peacock. People often forget that you've really got to keep your shape and attack close to the line there.
Yeah, I hear you.
Sandy Bay managing to stay on their feet. Keep that line intact.
I'm hearing the
Worked
point.
really, really hard there. But some good phases of play there from Kowloon, James.
Yeah, it's probably the first time in the game that Kowloon managed to string a decent set of phases together. Obviously that penalty undoing all the good work, but
Time's
yeah,
up.
again Sandy Bay not particularly looking threatened there, so
So looks like a blood injury maybe for Alex Post.
Water off, thanks. Water off, he's good.
But it's
Let's keep
interesting
going.
to see both Hickson Smith,
Let's go.
Kinlock
I
coming
haven't even
in
gone
off their
time on yet,
wings,
so let me manage.
getting through a mountain of
Time
work,
Righto, White. Time
really
gone,
helping
let's go.
out on the gain line with some of these carries. Kinlock's made some real inroads. So Post with this line out throw. Be looking for something solid here.
great pressure.
Rising up there,
Someone.
Lewis Wilson.
Oh, sorry, mate.
So Kinlock with his hands on the ball again. So they bring the ball to the right hand side. Lewis Warner met there by Kruger, and he's absolutely
Backwards,
monted
Red.
back in the tackle there. But Jack Neville
Carrying props with him.
gets him onto
Ball
the
out.
front foot, and it looks like it's gone forward. There's a real mishmash there. Not quite sure.
Tackle without the ball.
I think that's a bit harsh on Slayton there. Looked like he was going for
So,
the ball.
Real mishmash on the floor there. Be interesting to see, with probably
9 White.
maybe
Tackle off the ball.
maybe 10 minutes to go. They opt to go to the corner. rather than take the points, and that's another good kick there from Johnston.
Straight out, straight out. Option Liam.
I spoke too soon there. It looks like it's drifted out on the wind and gone dead. So that's a real let-off. A real let-off for Sandy Bay there.
Yep, they're both gone.
So 2 important changes that Wilkinson's made there. Taking off Alex Post, bringing on Callum Tam. And skipper Liam Slayton replaced by young Harry Laidler.
Stay down and square.
Yeah.
Playing in his 3rd game in the Premiership.
Let's go, please.
The young Sandy Bayer was a star for the Hong Kong under-20s for a few years. So Tam straight into his first scrummage. So Laidler with his first feed. Tam eases the ball back. Laidler brings the ball straight out to Curry, who runs hard into contact and loses the ball. Hugh Alexander gets the ball to Kinlock, who's looking really busy for work. Good tackle there by Roddy Denness on Kinlock. Sandy Bay looking for a sniff of getting hold of this ball. Sam Hobbins drives it into contact. Swanson on now. Gets the ball up to Jack Neville. Good tackle there by Lewis Wilson.
Can't do that, I don't think.
Through on the half-back by James Rees.
That's twice I've spoken to you now. Be careful, please.
Kowloon just looking a bit flat in attack, eh?
Tom Bristow trying to get involved and lay the law down to James Rees as he came through on replacement half-back, Duncan Swanson. So I think both teams have pretty much unloaded the benches now, and Sandy Bay stupidly give Johnston the opportunity, but he doesn't squander this time, and it puts it just about on the 5-metre line here.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity for Kowloon to come away with something. Jamie Sang will be looking for a solid take here. I expect they'll go to Cunningham. He's been the money ball all day. And he rises high, and it's a good setup and a good sack, but they've offloaded and slipped the ball. Lankshire's looking good, and it's a try. Oh no! Penalty in on the angle. That was an initially a really good line-out setup there. But a few handbags there.
Side entry 16.
So Jamie Sang, side entry, referee Shane Barr, who has been incredibly consistent throughout this game. I think he's had a really good game. So the ball coming into our commentary position there, and we almost got Jack Neville to join us. So a good clearance from a tight angle. So Callum Tam, so I'm going to be asking you to start thinking about your Kerry Hotel man of the match. The winner gets that voucher.
Not straight.
So Callum Tam lets that one drift.
Oh, sorry, Chris, what
forwards
do you want?
on the wing.
About straight as a roundabout, that one, Cookie.
Absolutely.
Scrum.
Fondly known as Mustard. I think on his first day at the ERP, he was so keen that Lee Jones nicknamed him Mustard, and it's stuck ever since. Hard to believe that he came here as a 17-year-old from Toronto in Canada. It was pointed out by a former Kowloon stalwart, Nigel Diacre, who coached in age grade rugby. So Swanston with the ball, drops it, but Lewis Warner picks it up, but has to push the ball out on the full. So it was a sloppy ball there from Swanston as it bobbled out the back of the scrummage. Miss Johnston. Warner did a good job to pick it up initially.
From both teams, thanks.
Then
You've got the
splayed
line.
the ball out on the full. So immediately Callum Tam gets the opportunity to redeem himself.
Who's the skipper at the moment? Let's keep playing.
So Ben Featherstone standing at the tail of the line out. This shortened line out that Sandy Bay favour with a couple of back rowers in midfield. Well wrapped up by Harry Laidler. getting Jamie Tang at the same time as the ball.
Trying to get his kit off.
Brendan Nell gets the ball up.
Great
to
chop
Van der
there from
Schmidt.
JC.
Really good chop. Swanston gets the ball into the hands of Hugh Alexander, and a really good take there. Brendan Nell makes the tackle. Lewis Warner gets busy. Good carry from JC there. Swanston gets the ball. Kinlock. Now Harry Johnston out wide. Jamie Tang met by Kruger. Jamie Tang carries the ball well there. Right on that left edge. Swanston looks to go up the blind side, but just dabs a ball into touch. So he obviously spotted some daylight down that blind side and took the chance, but
Need 2 from each team.
just dipped a fetlock on the whitewash.
Hey boys,
Not what you really
if
need
don't
when
come in,
you're
I'm going to free kick you, okay?
however many 9 points down at the moment. Just need to stick to the basics here and trust our process. But
So free kick for wasting time at the line out. The referee did warn them, told them that they needed to come in.
Back we go, thanks, back we go.
So Swanston, that's a really messy tap to himself there. So puts the ball up to John Kenny. So now James Cunningham, really good carry there, stepped through the first tackle. But Sandy Bay got their hands on the ball there. Lewis Wilson really strong over the ball.
that was a great turnover.
It was a great carry. I think the fact that James Cunningham got himself through the
Let's go to the line,
contact
thanks.
or through the first tackle there, he lost a couple of his cleaners, and it looks like Ben Featherstone, Sandy Bay
Time's
tight
off.
head prop, is number 18, is struggling down inside the 22, which may require Zach Cinnamon to come back on the field, which would be a great shame for Sandy Bay, because
I wasn't going to, but
Featherstone has steadied the ship on that tight head side since coming on.
you don't know that for sure.
But he's a big fella, he's coming back. His father played a starring role for the Vets the other night on
Time's back.
Friday night in the Vets Cup here at Kings Park. So another lazy old throw there from Callum Tam that drifts on the wind.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do, 5? Scrum.
So going for the scrum. So Bristow's put in a solid shift here so far.
Another 80 it looks like for the big man.
So he is without doubt holding that #1 Hong Kong jersey at the moment, and is the dominant loosehead in the Premiership.
Here we go, thanks.
So packing down against Featherstone.
Crouch.
So Swanston has looked a little bit scruffy since he's come on. Gets the ball in. So Sandy Bay putting a bit of pressure on, screwing this scrummage round. It goes around, but a good pick up there at the base, driving that ball away. Hobbins over the ball. Jamie Tang knocks the ball on, just put slightly behind him. He ran a really hard line there.
This has been sloppy from Kowloon.
Again, let's go, boys.
So the game really has kind of died on us a little bit here, James, as we've got
sides coming through.
15 of the 16 replacements on the field now. So Harry Laidler putting this ball in.
Bind.
Must be moving into the last 5 minutes here. Laidler gets the ball in, brings the ball to Brendan Nell, who's at first receiver. Gare Curry steps inside, stays strong, gives the forwards a target.
Tackle now.
Tom McQueen gets over. Laidler to Van der Schmidt, who drives hard through the contact. Good. So the ball was there. Harry Laidler has a show and a go himself. Pryor covers up. Roddy Dennis over the ball. Brendan Nell steps in. Got a slight nudge forward on the floor. And referee Shane Barr calls time on that game. So I'm going to have to come straight to you, Mr. James Sawyer, and ask you for your Kerry Hotel man of the match.
It's a tough call.
Who would
Few
you say
standouts
is in
for
the
Sandy
running?
Bay. Tetris Kruger had a very strong game, had a hand in some of the tries. Ger Curry as well.
Cheers, mate.
He had a booming kick to nudge Sandy Bay ahead, also scored a try.
Well done, boys.
But I think probably the physical battle was one up front. Man of the match today probably goes to Mark Pryor. Physical in defence, instrumenting the line out, and yeah, seemed to have that important turnover near the line that turned the game on its head.
Awesome. So there we have it.
Around here, eh?
Sandy Bay run out 23-12 winners over Kowloon, probably slightly going against the form book, nailing themselves a bonus point in the process. So this really does open up the Premiership this year. Everyone with a win. We're going to get Football Club versus Valley. So somebody's going to take some points away there, and Tigers and Scottish are going to take some points off each other. So as we finish up this first game of round 3, I want to say a big thank you to my co-commentator James Sawyer.
Thank you, Kiki.
Thanks, mate. Been a great help, and see you all next week. Thank you.